Who was the man, George Washington?
Well, he's the indispensable man. I mean, I think if you look at the real glue that held the entire founding generation together, it is George Washington. There's little question that if Washington wasn't around, we don't have the United States. And so you look at Washington's actions, even at the end of the war, right? Washington could have been a king. He could have been a dictator. And if you go to Germany and look at Frederick the Great, he could have had that kind of power. Frederick the Great assumed power after winning a war. Washington could have done that, but yet Washington resigns his commission and resigns any type of political office, even his church vestry position. He didn't want to have any power. It was this absolute disdain for power that made Washington so important. Can you imagine anybody today, I don't care on the left or the right, whoever they are, getting this kind of power and saying, I don't really want it. I'm just going to go home to my plantation, my farm, and I'm going to go do that. This is what made Washington so great. And of course, he's called out of retirement to go be president. He said it was like going to his execution. Now we have big grand events. And of course, there was a grand event, Washington going to New York at that point too. But he didn't like it. He didn't really want it. Everyone now craves it. We spend, $1 billion on a campaign total to be president of the United States. This kind of stuff would have been laughable to the founding generation. They would have feared these kind of things. And so Washington doing this and just as a duty to his people and to the United States, it's tremendous. And of course, his upbringing, the actions as a young man, almost dying on the frontier a couple of times, being an integral figure in the French and Indian War, and then later the American War for Independence. Just a real American hero. He was the best athlete, the best horseman, the best dancer. This guy was tremendous. And I think that by minimizing him, again, this is the point, by minimizing him, you minimize this very heroic part of the founding generation and the 18th century United States.
Hey, Slater Crusaders, our latest special is about canceling our founding fathers. There is such a chasm now between us and our founding fathers, and that is, I believe, the source of why we are so disconnected from even this concept of liberty today. Where is the spirit of liberty? Well, you got to go back to our founding fathers and get it and be inspired by it. When we learn about these men in today's special, it is absolutely incredible. Please watch this special now on the First TV app. You can download it, thefirsttv.com.